So you've bought that new fridge and now it's time to connect the water supply. If you already have a dedicated water valve nearby, it's pretty easy. If you don't, that's okay. Adding a T-connector is just as easy as well. Depending on your preference, you have some options when it comes to using a different line for your water supply. You can go the PVC pipe route. You also have copper lines. And my personal preference is a braided water line supply. I removed my refrigerator away from the wall. It is unplugged, and I can see my water supply is right here. The setup that I have is relatively simple. The water is going to come out of here, and I'm going to use a 1/4-inch braided water line and connect it to the bottom right-hand side of my fridge. Now your setup might be a little bit different. If you do not have cold water access coming from here, you might need an adapter to run that water from the sink or from under the sink. So I'll take my braided water line, I'll take one side, and I'll attach it right here. And I'm screwing it on just by turning it to the right, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Okay, now I'm gonna run it to the refrigerator. And I'm gonna be connecting it right here on the bottom. Same thing as I did before. And then grab my pliers. The next thing I need to do now is turn the water supply on. And I'll be putting down some paper towels because as soon as I turn it on, if there are any leaks, the water will fall on the paper towel and it will be clearly visible. So I'm gonna turn on the supply. I hear it, and I hear a little bit of a hissing, so I know the water's running. And you can also feel. I can feel with my fingers any water coming out. I don't feel anything. Okay, it looks like we have a good installation here. Next up, I'm gonna move the refrigerator back and test our water line. You wanna make sure you get rid of any debris in the water lines, so get rid of the first batches of ice and the first few gallons of water.